We are live doing the morning walk. It's cloudy. I brought a plastic bag for my phone just in case it started to rain. But anyways, good morning. Morning. Huh? Yep. It's tough sometimes. What's up, man? What's up, Gary? SST? Look at this. There's some new features on this live chat. Yeah, so the north, it's getting pretty dark, cloudy. And anyways, so oh, look at the bunny. Look at the bunny. Here's my 22. There he is. Damn bunny. Am I prepared? I don't know. You think you're prepared, Mr. Wilson, but I mean, you probably are more than I am. I mean, you've seen how much ammo I've got. I don't think I'm prepared enough. America's got an interesting geography, which is why, you know, the whole Red Dawn situation would never happen. Too much radar. Think about this. So you had that guy in Atlanta that went into a medical facility and shot a bunch of people. Okay? So I was watching, and they found him. They watched, now I don't know the exact details. I don't know if they, like, I know they got him alive. I know he's got a mugshot. I don't know if he gave himself up or if they just were able to corner him or what. But one of the things that stood out for me with that is that they said that they had access to over 3,000 cameras to pinpoint where he went after the shooting. That's how they were able to find him. Think about that. Remember the old mobster movies like you know, Goodfellas and Casino and all that, where, you know, you just have these random mob hits in the middle of Chicago or whatever. You wouldn't be able to do that anymore. I had a buddy of mine that he had hit a car and they were able to use, and he took off. Well, it was a friend of a friend kind of a deal. Didn't realize he had hit the car, but he took off. And well, check this out. There's a turkey. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's a turkey right here in the middle of downtown Springfield. Man, I'm seeing all kinds of wildlife. Yeah, there he is. Is hunting turkey legal inside the city limits? Again, I don't have my 22 on me. Anyways, so we'll move over here so this guy doesn't run me over. So anyways, they were able to pinpoint the time and use a traffic camera to prove that he had done what he had done. Think about this. I'm walking down the street. How many Ring cameras are picking me up, right? How many Ring cameras see this weird dude in a flannel shirt with this selfie stick talking to himself, thinking he's a YouTube star? And they got this on film, right? So, you know, I'll get to the comments here as I get safely across the street. But that's isn't that interesting that they were able to use 3,000 cameras to get this dude? We are definitely living in 1984 when it comes to surveillance. But the old mafia movies, you couldn't like pull off those old school mob hits like they used to back in the day. Let's see. The chair is against the wall. This is a morning, no notification, dang YouTube. Tolga, what's up? Got to sleep on a bit, not much. Must be a little bit longer. Let's see, oh no, Mr. Bill, what's up? The chair is against the wall. No, they are buying our banks, homes, industry, attacking and destroying from within. Yes, I agree with that. Shannon, good morning. Dar, what's up? I offer premium dispatch services, special load boards blessed by God himself. Who's interested? I'm down, pulled something back down by tailbone. Was washing my vet. This is the worst pain I've had in my life. That sucks, Mr. Wilson. Hope you get better. 9 months to pay. Flatbed. Damn, Mr. Wilson, I'd get looked at even if you're just walking it off. I'm also walking this morning. How nice to have somebody walk with. There you go. Now, I haven't done one of these walks in a minute. Like, I don't know, it's been about a week. Dispatch, you know, DIY brings it up. Dispatch has been kind of busy, I guess, which is good. And then the rain, it's been raining. But yeah, if I have pressing matters, I can't do my walk at 7 in the morning. So, I have a load tonight back to Indy, so I have to deal and drive tonight. I go to a chiropractor Saturday. Tell you what, chiropractor, man, when I hurt myself with the landing gear back in my Landstar days, the chiropractor was a lifesaver. It got me to where I could, like, I had hurt a nerve so bad that I couldn't play guitar. We had a couple of gigs coming up. In fact, I actually had to call one of my ex-bandmates and say, hey, can you fill in for half the set for me? And he did, because it was a really, really, really important gig. Plane. And it was a lifesaver. Every now and then that'll act up and I go to the chiropractor, boom, it's better. But what's really helped me is the diet and fasting as well. The inflammation's down tremendously just in the last month. I've kind of gotten obsessive about it, to be honest with you. I'm sure my wife is tired of me talking about it, but as some other people are probably too. But man, you couldn't ask for a better morning. I was going to use the microphones, but they're charging, so we're going old school here with just the phone. So hopefully the audio's not too bad. It's not windy. You can just get rich just cutting grass around Dar. I didn't know Dar had a grass problem. Or are you talking to her? Audio is excellent though. Yeah, this phone's pretty good. But yeah, just, I was just thinking about that. Remember that scene in Batman? Oh, geez, Steve, which Batman? Geez, there's like 58,000 films. The one with Morgan Freeman, I think in the second one. It's either the first or second one, Batman Returns, or I don't know. It's the one that has Morgan Freeman in it. And Batman has access, he acquired access to all the cell phones. Like all the surveillance cameras in the city. And Morgan Freeman was like, dude, this sucks, man. You can't do that. This is too invasive. And Batman's like, chill, dude. And I'm paraphrasing here. He goes, chill, man. Chill, Mr. Morgan Freeman. This thing's going to self-destruct once I'm done what I need to do. Now, and he did. It destroyed itself, right? Because no one should have that kind of power. Well, guess what? That power really does exist. And the person that has that control does not have the same moral code as Batman. So, keep that in mind when you're going about your daily trek through life. It's very quiet. Look, it's a KLM truck. Kilm. So, I think someone was telling me, I think it was DIY. He was telling me about an Alexa calling the cops on somebody after they were shot because they heard the gunshot and they heard the arguing. Alexa did. Alexa took it upon itself and called the cops. Remember back in the 70s and 80s, we were like, oh, FBI and CIA, they're bugging our houses. Oh, we don't want that. And then in 2020s, check out this new Alexa I got. Alexa, turn up my Metallica album that you just purchased for me without me even realizing it, but I needed it. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? Something smells good. So, I am Batman. Well, that's good, Wilburn. Steve, take care. Keep that walking going every day. I'm going to fast this weekend just for you. I will call you soon, hero. Okay, cool. Very good, very good. Thomas, take care of yourself. Should have shot that turkey with your CCW. The wife has the cleaning bug today. She invited all of her friends on Saturday to watch the crowning of Charles Henfest Saturday. That sounds fun, Dutch. Dutch, if you have a chance, directly run away, then walk faster towards the first pub. How about the Steven Crowder Ring doorbell video? I haven't seen that. Sitting in the garden with your coffee? That's a good spot. Ryan, what's up? Yeah. It's funny, one of those turkeys actually was on our backyard. I was talking to an old friend that was like, he's a big turkey hunter guy. He goes, dude, I'll come over. I'll take care of that turkey for you. I'm like, well, if it's still here, he was on the road. He's like, you have a bow and arrow? We got a practice bow, but nothing lethal, right? Not that I could hit the side of a barn with an arrow. Hell, I could barely hit the side of a barn with a firearm. I need more training in that respect. I say that, and I got 2 deer in my first, real deer season, so, but that was the scope on the rifle and a breathing technique that got that, and a little bit of luck probably. It's being used as in divorce proceedings as evidence of abuse. There you go. My name is Nobody. Good morning. So, the other thing I've started to do is deal with some small weights and also some stomach exercises to build up core strength in my back and my abs. I'm trying to develop more arm strength because, truth be told, I'm not very strong in the arms. I've always been a leg person, avid bike rider, and power walking at 300 plus pounds tends to make your legs really muscular, but my arms are lacking. Anybody in this chat could probably beat me in an arm wrestling match. Wait, Tom, you practicing your Kegel exercises? Yes, I am. Nothing major. I'm not like going to CrossFit and I got a Viking song playing in the background as I lift 5,000 pounds thinking I'm hot shit. I'm not doing that. Which, nothing wrong with that. That's what floats your boat. But just enough to help the fitness. Progress, not perfection. What kind of weights would you use for Kegel exercises? By the way, Orion, are you an expert at that? Oh, so I'll be uploading a video here soon about my failures at Landstar. That'll be in the members only page on the other channel. So I thought I'd put that little advertisement out. Get a truck without power steering will resolve that problem. That's what I've heard. My father-in-law can tell you all about that. He was old school. So was his father. I was talking to a friend of mine. So DIY did a members only video talking about the economy. And I had a friend of mine call me, kind of freaking out on it. And it gets to the point that, you wanted my thoughts on it. And it gets to the point that, what can you do? If the economy is getting ready to take a big dump that we haven't seen since, 1929, what can you do about it? You either prepare and hope for the best, or you just continue like you have no control over what happens. And so I was just like, well, what can you do? All I know is that it's not good to make a decision based off of fear. And those birds are mad. And I know that I've made some decisions based off of, I wouldn't call it fear, but concern. Like the election, for example. You know, the election was like, people were like, hey, if the election goes this way, we're going to become violent. So I didn't want to be near any major cities during the election, number one. Number two, I wanted to be home to be able to vote. So I didn't run hardly at all. And turns out that we didn't even know the results of the election for 2 or 3 or 4 days. So now we're prolonging this hammer that was supposed to drop so I can get on with my life. I missed out on some good money because of that, by not running. And we're going to go this way because this is a major street. I don't want the noise to affect my walk here. And so I regret that one. And then during the vid, you know, I had people calling me, telling me, hey, I've got relatives in the military, they're getting ready to declare martial law, and they're getting ready to close the interstate system down, and all this crap. So what did I do? I ran in a 300-mile radius. I didn't make any big runs, and I missed out on that money, which, you know, to be fair, that was probably the best way to be profitable, was to run the shorties with cheap fuel. So that was kind of part of that too. But still, you want to be prepared, but you don't want to put your life on hold either. You know, think about it. One of my biggest problems that I had with Christianity in the beginning was the whole doomsday, repent, the world's going to end, Revelation scholars, right? And I remember talking to Christian Trucker about this. It's like, so if the world's going to end and Revelations is going to come true, what's the point? Let's just max out the credit cards and not worry about our future. You know, when it comes to the material world, right? I said, it doesn't that blurry. Doesn't that fatalistic thing just kind of destroy hopes and dreams and goals? And so he had a good answer for it. And it's, you know, it's tough. You know, you get on Twitter, you get on YouTube, and you see all these headlines in your news feed, and even if you don't read the articles, you still see the headlines. It still affects you, right? And it's hard not to. There's that turkey. It's hard not to a turkey? Yeah. Let's see if I can sneak up on it. Yeah, check him out. There he is, hanging out a little. Oh, he's a bully too. Look at that. Wild Snorelord's wild kingdom. Here we have an urban descent turkey bullying this little, whatever the hell that bird is. Doom and gloom, rabble, rabble, right? Chicken and egg story. Let me go to the comments here while we look at this turkey. Come work on the farm for a week. I will have them rubber armbands tightening up. There you go. They are throwing around 10% pay raises here like it's nothing, trying to keep up with inflation, right? I took to hiking local trails instead of walking residential areas, mainly because I need to pee. And it's better to do that in the woods than in someone else's yard. That's funny. To help with the economy, the only thing you can truly control is what you do with yourself and the tools that you have available for you to utilize. Be well-rounded. There you go, Orion. That's what I was getting to in a long roundabout way. That is the reason you should have a wide net when it comes to news stories. Never listen to one source, right? I do. That's why it's calling wild turkey. I didn't eat breakfast. I could have turkey for lunch. Look at this dude. He's just like strutting around like he owns the world. Like, he's at a church, right? So he's like, God's protecting me now. I'm going to bully this bird. Look at this. Look at this dang thing. The only wild turkey I've seen in real life came in a bottle. Wonder if he'll let me pet it. I'm gonna try to pet it. Oh look, he's flying around. Oh my gosh. He's like, I'm out of here, dude. You're sketchy. Like, I know you got a gun on you. I'm out of here. Yes, I know. I've never had wild turkey. Well, not the meat. Not the meat. I've had the whiskey. Wasn't impressed really, but yeah. Who knows what might happen if that thing ventures in the yard. Go down to Bass Pro real quick, get a lethal arrow, and you're good to go. But yeah, you're right. Just be well-rounded. Have tools. Have the right mindset. Keep a clear, cool head. And that's what I was telling my friend. So look, the economy takes a dump. Just have plans B, C, and D in place, and if that's not enough, then we'll figure it out. We're humans. We're supposed to be able to adapt and overcome. I mean, it's not like the Great Depression, ended the country or ended the world. People in World War I saw far worse scenarios. There are other countries that have had so bad famine they had to worry about cannibals. We're not there. I don't think we'd ever be there. Now, people get desperate and hungry. Well, that's where you got to learn how to protect yourself. Hence the reason why I'm trying to strengthen my core and, have Thomas Wilson buy me a bunch of ammo and, and train with the tools, right? Let's go this way. Not quite done with this walk yet. I've got one truck picking up. He texted me, said everything was good. Then I got to find his next load. Once I know he picks up, we'll be good to go. This is not the greatest part of the street. In fact, a couple of these houses were condemned because of meth. There were meth labs. In fact, we're going to come across an empty lot where they had to actually tear the house down. Once you figure out that the cards are stacked against you, it can be overwhelming, but then now it enables you to have the power to overcome. That's the thing, man. It's like, yeah, this house, they're flipping it slowly but surely. They put new windows in it. It might have been a lab house then. What was in this yard was a lab house. Once you know that the cards are stacked against you, as long as you don't have a fatalistic attitude, now you are armed. Now you are ready, because how can you face the dangers if you don't know what they are? You can't. Something's going to sneak up and bite you. And that's the thing. Let's go over here. Look, gangster riding. See, it looks pretty and pristine, right? Except for the gangster riding. But then we have found hypodermic needles in these woods. Heck, what's that? Oh, it's just a thing. Okay. And you know, it's funny. There's a term that I'm seeing online about these people that have a bunch of ammo and guns, but yet couldn't run across the street to save their life because of their diabetes and purple legs. They call them loot stops. Think about that term for a minute. That means that these people that say that are willing to injure or take your life because you got better stuff than they do. That's the reality of the world we're in. You can't, you know, government thinks that they can control the population, but you can't control the mind. Even though they're trying to figure that out. You can't control the nature, the dark nature of being an asshole. You can government all you want, but, you know, like Mother Nature, it will find a way. And that's something to keep in mind. All those tools you got in the safe aren't going to do you a damn bit of good if, number one, you're not aware, and number two, you're going to have a heart attack the first sign of trouble. That's why health is key. Health is important. Mental health is key because we're also in a spiritual battle. And if you don't have your health and wits about you, it doesn't matter what's coming. It's going to get you. So if you make a fear-based decision, that should be the one that you should be concerned with. I'm going to improve my health because I don't want to, number one, live off the teat of the big pharma. Number one. Number two, I want to be able to protect my family and myself if things ever get tough. I'm sure there's some other points. Hello, doggy. But and you don't make those decisions out of fear. You make them out of concern. And then you see my truck in the distance there. And then you just progress. And it's about progression, not perfection. And so, when it comes to the trucking world, a lot of the stuff that people argue about doesn't matter. You know, there's a YouTuber screaming how right he is about how everything's kind of changing. It's like, Does it really matter? It's kind of like, you know, think about this. How many of you heard pedestrians have the right of way? Okay, but a car is still a car. It will still flatten you whether it's in the right or wrong. So that's logic that doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter what's right or wrong. If you have the right of way, if you have a right, there's a right or wrong on the moral code, but not, okay, so what? You're a pedestrian, you have right when you cross the street. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't look both ways. Doesn't mean that you can't trust all the cars, right? That's what's funny about that. Well, I had the right of way. Well, yeah, but you still got clobbered and you're in the hospital. Daughter's going to school. Well, let's set this on the step of the truck and talk a little bit more, and then I gotta go in. All right. You guys have been commenting like crazy. I got enough fat reserves to last a few years. You do, Orion. There was a guy that, like, back in the 60s that did a 360 or 380 day fast under hospital not hospital, but under doctor supervision. And he got down to 180 and then bulked up a little bit to 195. He's got the world's record for the longest fast. You can make a good meal for someone else then, Orion. They could be pretty tame. We had a turkey hen and chick's nest up in the rear brush a couple of years ago. Baby turkeys are pretty cute. The Church of the Crystal Methodists, yeah. Are they sold at public auctions? The problem is that today people look at the future and think it's only going to get worse. The generations that came before didn't have that outlook for them. It can only get better. That's true. The fact that all new eras always have been better than older ones. Also, the opportunities never ends. Pessimism isn't an option even to solve anything. Some pedestrians are worth 500 points. It took 200 years for Rome to fall. We've done it in under 90. So I want you to think back World War I, right? This new technology, as they would call it, they had new weapons. You know, they had tanks and planes had guns now, and you had all this weapons that warring nations had never seen. And to a person living in Europe at that time, it must have felt like the end of the world, the apocalypse. And then you had the Spanish flu, and there was a period of economic growth after that. So there was this rebound, right? But then that rebound became too excessive, and that's what created the Depression. I know I'm simplifying things here, but bear with me on this. So imagine you're living in Poland right before World War II starts, and think about how apocalyptic that would seem, right? like there were so many weapons used in World War I and II that the Geneva conference said, you know what, we need to kind of create some rules here or else we're going to go overboard. And of course, how did World War II end? Atomic bombs. Imagine the people in Hiroshima probably thought the world was coming to an end. It was the end times, right? Whatever we're going through, we're going to get through it. Now, if it's a full nuclear exchange, then what are you going to do? Go outside, look at the pretty bright light, and call it a wrap, right? And so if that inflicts fear on you, then live each day to the fullest. Take full, don't use it to max out the credit cards and eat Popeye's chicken every day. If I'm going to die happy. But are you really happy though? Are you really fulfilled? Smokers tell me that all the time, and I just kind of like shake my head, because here's the thing. Until you've watched a person die of lung cancer, shut the hell up. Really. I'm gonna die happy. Puff, 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 puff. Yeah. Shut the hell up. Because those last moments are agonizing. They're degrading. And will make you beg for the pain to go away. So get healthy. Don't be a slave to Big Pharma. Don't be a slave to the dopamine of the TikToks and the YouTube shorts, which I admit is hard. Go outside for a walk. Watch the birds. Look at a mountain range and glare at its beauty. Not glare, but bask in its beauty, I guess. Propaganda is the most effective weapon. That's true. That just isn't true that all new eras are always an improvement over the past. Look at the Dark Ages, right? Baby boomers, the only generation in human history to have it better than their parents and their children. You know, while everybody's screaming pandemic, the true pandemic is diabetes. The true pandemic is being caused by dietary supply. You know, everybody's like, well, the American healthcare system needs to be fixed. You know what would fix it? By getting rid of the $4 trillion industry that metabolic diseases create. How about that? You know, all those numbers that they put during the shutdowns, you know, that was designed to do one thing, and put fear in you. Okay? Meanwhile, if you knew the statistics of how many people die of heart attacks, how many people die of diabetes, how many people die of... I had read recently that fentanyl use is the #1 cause of death above car crashes now for younger people. Is the news screaming about that? No. Are we having to take economic measures because of that? No. Meanwhile, your cities like San Francisco, Philadelphia, Portland, Seattle are just rotting from the inside with these zombies that have no care for themselves and no care for you. Meanwhile, we're concerned about, you know, we got 3,000 cameras on a guy that, you know, went into a hospital and did immoral things. But yet, where's the cameras on what's going on in downtown Philadelphia off of Kensington? They're there, but they're ignoring it. So there's a lot of crap going around. And so what can you do? You can change yourself. Keep your head in the game, right? Good morning. Glad you're getting it in. Yes. Blaring in the mountains. I know. That was dumb, huh? Amen, Lord of Snores. Hope you had a great day from Arizona. Looking good. Thank you. I'm here. Start over, Sterling. So if you want to dwell on those things, go for it. But it's not going to do you any good. And that's where, you know, take a walk, lift some weights, do some workout in the yard. Stop drinking. Stop eating crap that feeds the big pharma, and things will be a little bit clearer, a little bit easier to handle. So, everybody go check out Sterling's Rumble. It's a beautiful sunrise here in Nevada. All is okay. There you go. I can smell the car. There's a car wash like right over here on the other side of these houses. And I can smell the soap chemicals. Off topic, just noticed that picture, but what kind of tires are you promoting? Those tires are made in baby China cheese and wet sweatshops. I was not promote. That was literally a picture of a tire on my truck. I was looking for wheels, and I didn't want, like, I wasn't able to take a good thumbnail, and so I just used what's on this phone, and that was there. So I apologize, but that was the tires I last put on that truck, the pickup truck. So I try not to support the Chinese tire industry, but, you know. Oh, look, it's Bob. Hey, Bob. Come here, Bob. Kitty, kitty. What are you doing? Look. What's up, Bob? Hey, why are you ignoring me today? He's like, I don't want to be on YouTube today. I got rabbits to kill. What's up? Come here. You want to be petted? Oh. It's a good thing this is a dead-end street, dude. What are you doing? Kitty. Gonna get all dirty. He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna lick my nuts. Alright. Anyways, I gotta go to work. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for listening to me ramble about stuff that probably doesn't even matter. And thanks for Snorelord's Wild Kingdom segments with the wild turkey and the bird war and this. Did we see squirrels? I saw squirrels. I don't know if I had them on camera. And then the rabbit. And then, of course, Bob, who's still looking at himself. So, yeah, Bob is so rude. Later.